Hello and welcome folks to a new video from Agathos Flight School. Today I'm flying the Luftwaffe. I'm sitting in a BF-109 G2. It is in stock configuration and I want to see how aggressive I can fly with this plane. What I found out, what is interesting, that on the Luftwaffe side it's really hard to get a 1 versus 1 fight, because it seems the Luftwaffe fighters really play in a mutual support for each other, and so often there are multiple planes in a dogfight. So this will be quite different to my P-51 videos, because normally here in the G2 I so far was not on my own. And I was surprised that I could fly the plane pretty aggressive even in its default configuration. What I don't like about the 109 is when I look back and I have that huge panel, because it doesn't have a bubble top canopy. The lookout to the rear is pretty bad compared to the P-51 or the Focke-Wulf 190. And here you see me bouncing a P-51, and as I know what a P-51 can do, I cut throttle, pull in behind him, try not to overshoot and just stay on his 6. And you see, even thought I having just a default G2, I can pretty easily stay in leg pursuit, keeping his turn, flying aggressive. And then you see I can pull. What is a little bit stupid with the default guns, you really need to get in close to get a shot, and the G2 doesn't have the heaviest armor. What you see here, I line it up, classic in-plane tracking shot, and he's going down. That was the first fight with the 109 G2, and let's jump to another one. And here we are in the next sequence. There is a furball going on. I have selected one plane going up. It's the P-38. I try to play pretty aggressive. As you can see, if I check 6, it's always a problem, because I do not really see what's going on behind me with the limited view. And because of this, you see here, I lost the P-38, could not really track him. And there's a second P-38. He damages me, and so I pull out. And now you see how difficult it is to actually track what is behind me. So I just assume here that I'm safe, and when I see something coming up, I jiggle left and right, getting close to the treetops and extending so far. And as long as I do not hear anything slamming into my plane, I consider myself safe. And you see here also some stutter in the game, I don't know exactly why. You see I'm just flying around to get a view to my 6, and luckily no one is chasing me, and so I bring my damaged BF-109 back home. And I spot the Spitfire below me, checking if anything is on my 6. And then I go down to help that allied out with the Spitfire. You see there is a thermal going on the deck, tracers all around. And you see here I track the target that is closest to my gun sight, so I don't lose energy while pulling too much between different planes. And now you see the problem with the default guns. I'm not really sure and not used to the German guns, so it quite takes a while, but even with the first burst I got some hits in the Spitfire. So now I just need to be patient, staying with him. And from the flying he does, you can see that he's damaged, so I just need to keep calm. But I'm really bad at shooting. I must admit I hate tracer rounds because they somehow block the view to the target. I like stealth rounds more. And there I run out of cannon rounds. And you see how I try to find the correct range and deflection, but somehow I do not have luck with it. And because of the Spitfire is this is a default G2, I cannot really close with the Spitfire because I'm missing a lots of horsepower and top speed. Now I'm closing slightly, and you see he notices that I'm getting closer, and he crashes down, and I get my second kill. More of a game of patience than a game of good shooting or good flying. And now let's jump into the next fight, which is a hard turning contest with another Spitfire. In this sequence I'm up again in the 109G in another match on Sicily. I have been able to get some basic upgrades on the plane, but it is still not fully researched, so guns still default, no other ammunition belts, and I'm in an EC4 match and jumping a Spitfire, a 9LF. And in this case I just want to really test what the G2 can do and how hard I can stay with the Spitfire in a turning contest. And you see I get a few hits in on the first try. Spitfire is evading me, as I'm used to with the Germans. I'm not alone on that Spitfire, but he's fighting uneven odds, and so I can be very aggressive. And you see here how I try to turn, go for the shot. Basically doing the same I do in the P-51, going for the shot, then to leg pursuit, trying to get in plane with the enemy guy, and getting a tracking shot. You must remember I'm new to the 109 G2. I'm not an expert at flying 109s. This is, I don't know. I spent very little time in the 109s. I just don't like how the look to the back is, because I have the feeling someone can sneak up on me and I cannot do much about it. But as you can see here, I can be very aggressive, and I still have a basic pilot, and I'm not able to pull full Gs. Sometimes you will note that I have to release on the back pressure because I'm blacking out. And here I'm in a horizontal turning contest, and also Spitfire slightly gains. I'm surprised how well I can stay with him. And you see he's also on the verge of stall, hard maneuvering. I have another problem as my engine is sometimes overheating. I have to play around with the radiators. Not really used to that also. But I'm really surprised how I can stay with a Spitfire. You see this plane he stalls out. And now I stall out because I stayed too long in the zoom. But I'm still on his 6, you see. And I'm staying there. And now he tries to extend. Goes up again. And in leg pursuit I follow him up. Why I do this in leg pursuit, I know the Spitfire is turning good and I won't be able to pull lead in this situation. So I just try to stay in leg pursuit so I'm not overshooting him or giving him too much angles and energy advantage. And what I find interesting is that I can easily keep my distance. And here we go up again. And I'm pulling hard, going down. And I think I will snap stall out the plane now. You see, he's crashing out and I'm still alive, so I'm really confident with this plane. I will really look forward how it flies once it is fully researched. And here the final fight for today's video. I'm helping a friendly who has an F6F on his tail. The G2 is no longer completely stock. I got some basic upgrades, but still the cannons and ammunition is default. As I now already have a few flights in the plane, 2 sorties to be exact, I feel confident that I can play it very aggressively in an angled fight against the F6F. And the problem you see here for me is still the cannons, which are not really precise, and I not yet have a feeling where the shells fall. Also, the gun sight is sitting pretty close to the nose, and so I sometimes need to let loose on the back pressure to get to see my target again, and still I have to use tracer rounds which somehow block my view on the target, especially with those 2 MGs sitting up high on the nose. And I'm still limited by my ability to pull Gs, especially here in that dogfight. But you can see the 109 can easily handle the F6, and so I just need to be patient. And you see that I get hit inside, also you can see the sparks. And I constantly stay behind the plane, trying to keep my distance, not getting too close. And then you see we got too close to the ground. He couldn't pull out, and I also couldn't pull out due to the excitement. You see, this happens also to me, so remember this if you're fighting a target and chasing it down to the deck. Remember when the deck comes and to pull out early enough. See you again here at Agato's Flight School in the future. Have fun, folks.